Alright, well, I just arrived down here in the Kiamichi Mountains. Come down here quite a bit. This is August 2020, early August, and taking a little hike in the woods here. Anyway, what's going to be a little different this time is I'm waiting on a friend to come down here. A lot of our mutual subscribers, you know, Mark, who has the Livewire YouTube channel, he is going to be down here hopefully shortly. I gave him directions to get here, and hopefully you don't get lost out here. He said he kind of knows where it's at, so we're hoping for that. I got here first, so I'm going to take a little walk in the woods waiting on him. But anyway, like I say, it's August, and it's unseasonably cool for this time of year. Had a lot of heavy rains the last couple of days, and it's only about 80 degrees, where normally this time of year right now it should be around 100, which would make it completely miserable down here. But as it is, it's pretty nice. And anyway, when Mark gets here, we're going to go do a little fishing, hopefully catch our supper for this evening, and then hang out and see what we can see at night. Been watching the news a lot lately, and the person's saying the black bear are out moving a lot. And I know there's a lot of black bear in this area, so if we get lucky, we might even see one. Just as long as that one's not trying to get in our food at camp and stuff. So we got to be careful, you know, keep the food put up and not throwing our scraps right outside of camp. But you know, that'd be a treat to see that. Even bigger treat to see would be if we got lucky and a Sasquatch come around camp. Now that would be neat. So anyway, like I say, I come down here a lot. If you watch my channel, you know that. I don't always come to the same place. The place I'm at right now is a place I do frequent. But you know, Kiamichi Mountains, there's a lot of territory out in this, and some of it, you know, is accessible like this, but not frequented, which makes this place appealing to me. Worst case scenario, it's a good camp trip, as I've said before, and catch a few fish, get to fry them right on the creek bank. You know, I brought a skillet and some cooking oil and cornmeal, and you know, it may realistically not be any better than cooking it at home, but it just seems like it is, you know. So anyway, I'm recording on this little GoPro camera that actually Mark had given me here a couple of months ago for this, and he just kind of paying it forward, I guess. He heard me talking about getting one, and he said, well, I got an extra one, and he sent me home with this. So anyway, as always, when you're walking in the woods like this, especially in places where I'm at now, there's a lot of snakes and stuff. You got to watch your feet, watch where you step. Never got bit before. I don't want to start now. But anyway, in my opinion, this is the most beautiful area of the state. Like I say, come down here every chance I get. And we're going to see what happens when, you know, Mark, he ought to, let's see, he's about as far away from this place as I am from my home, just he's on the other end of it. I'm from west and north of here, and he's from south and east of here. So, or no, he's from south and west too, I'm sorry. So anyway, here's about 80 miles, 70, 80 miles from my house, and it's about 60 miles or so from his. So he ought to be arriving here anytime. So I'm going to take advantage of going a little bit of a walk here. And as always, I'm scanning around. If any of my subscribers or viewers see anything of interest in the woods that I'm overlooking, point it out in the comments, and I'll go back and check it out. So anyway, hope y'all enjoy the walk. Yeah, I'm just gonna note here, well, it's been years ago, probably about 17, 18 years ago, hiking out in these mountains like this, and I wasn't talking like I am now. I was just walking, not making a lot of noise, and up ahead of me about 25, 30 yards, there was a black bear, and I stopped, and about the time he noticed me, and when he saw me, he stood up, looked at me, dropped down, and took off running in the opposite direction, which that's a good thing, you know. But it was a treat to see one. Maybe we'll see one this time around. So that being said, I'm going to shut up and just log. Tell you one thing that just really aggravates me. I was driving down in here. Of course, this is pretty pristine forest and stuff here, but in the road just a little ways down, stopped, and some idiot had decided to put some whiskey bottles out in the middle of the road and target practice with them, and just left the glass laying there, and that really irritates me, that people can have so little respect for places like this, to just leave that kind of, you know, litter. It's dangerous at that point, you know. This glass, if I'd have drove over it, busted my tire. But anyway, I get into a place like this, I pick up stuff like that, I find. I try to leave it better than when I got here. But that's just, it's one thing that just really gets under my skin, is people who have such little respect and regard for areas like this, that they just nonchalantly just litter. Bust bottles, shoot bottles, stuff like that. Just ridiculous. That's my gripe of the day. Well, I'm going to head back to camp and start getting the fire pit ready, and hopefully we'll catch a mess of fish, and then hopefully tonight we'll get some kind of activity down here. Give a shout out to my buddy up in Massachusetts, Cornell, who has the No Such Thing podcast. Encourage you guys to give his channel a watch if you get a chance. He's got some interesting content on it. I've been on it a couple of times and interviewed, well, 3 times I was, if you count the interview he did with Mark from Livewire. So anyway, shout out to Cornell. So anyway, back to camp I go, and you guys stay tuned.